everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm going to continue with this page today. This is a double page spread from the book Circle of Life, and this is a body colour that I'm doing with Colour Me Stress Free. So I did do a little video last time of me doing these two cocoons here, so I will link that video in the description of this one in case you want to watch back what colours I used for that. But it is just a little colouring chat that I'm doing with this page. I haven't logged any of the colours that I've used. So yeah, I thought I would continue with this little cocoon here, and then I will move on and do this big butterfly. So I am just gonna zoom in right here. I think we've got you in. So we'll start on this one. So the colour I'm going to go in with first is a ginger, if I can find it. If you can hear traffic, I do have the window open. We're having a bit of nice weather at the moment. We did manage to get to the Knowsley Safari park yesterday, which was a brilliant day out. We had so much fun, and I got there safe. I survived the dual carriageway. So I'm quite okay when people are telling me the way to go. It's when I don't know where I'm going and I've no sense of direction. So anything like dual carriageway where there's lanes and you have to navigate what lane you have to go in to get off at a certain point, I just panic. And I know that when you're on a dual carriageway, you can't just pull over like you can on normal roads and process the direction where you might need to go and things. You just have to, you know, you have to make a decision fast of where you're going, and then if you make a wrong turning you just have to continue, and that's what panics me. So luckily my partner was directing me. He sent me the right way, so we arrived safely, and the kids loved it. They absolutely loved it. I'm going to use a mid brown now just to put some brown tones in. We went through the baboon and monkey enclosure. So there's two routes you can go on when you go to the safari park. There's a safe route, which the monkeys can't get to your car or climb on your car, and then there's a enter with caution route where there is a sign up that says the monkeys will damage your car. And I thought, you know, it's quite an old car anyway. Our car, it is 10 years old now, 11 years old maybe. My back wiper had already come off. In the cold weather that we had, I accidentally snapped it off in the cold weather, so I already didn't have a back wiper. So I thought, what have we got to lose? Let's just, once in a lifetime opportunity, let's just go through this monkey enclosure. So we went through and it was brilliant. My youngest girl, Hazel, who has autism, she wasn't impressed with it. She wasn't too bad at first because none of the monkeys had jumped on our car right at the start. But then when they started jumping on the car, she really didn't like it. So my eldest daughter wanted to go through again at the end, but I said I can't put Hazel through that again. She really didn't like it, you know, it wouldn't be fair. I said we've been through once. So yeah, but it was brilliant. There was loads of babies as well, little baboon babies. Oh, I will insert some pictures up here. I know I'm zoomed in a bit here. I'll insert some pictures there, and then I managed to get a shot of my partner was in the passenger seat, and a little monkey came up and like balanced itself on the handle of the door at the side of him. So I managed to snap a shot of that, which you'll be able to see if I pop it up there. And it was just looking at him as if to say, you know, what are you looking at? It was hilarious. And then there was quite a few rude shots where the monkeys had got the lipsticks out. We'll go into no more details about that. But yeah, we had some amusing pictures. I'll not put the rude ones up because, you know, just because. I did put them on my Instagram stories though, if anyone's interested, if they're still there. But yeah, we had a fab day. So we drove round. Oh, dry voice. We drove round the once. So we went in the monkey enclosure. We saw lots of different types of, I forgot the names of them, but they look like deers, but there was all different types of, they wasn't deers, they had different names, but I can't remember. We had a little guide that told us. So there was all different sorts of those. There was rhinos that we went past, ostriches. She didn't like the ostrich, even my daughter. She told us after when we came out. Yeah, what else was there on the drive round? Oh, the lions were there, but they was asleep. So they was all asleep, so we didn't see much of the lions roaming round. Yeah, it was just so much fun. So much fun. So then after we drove around once, we parked up on the car park, and then you can go on in the foot safari. So we went and walked round and saw the giraffes. I'll put a few pictures in as I'm talking about it as well. We saw the giraffes, meerkats. I think there was something called bush dogs or something like that. I obviously didn't get pictures of everything, but yeah, there was some sort of bush dogs. What else was there? Oh, we went into the sea lion show. That's when my daughter started getting a bit restless, and I sort of knew by that point she'd sort of had a fill, as you say, because she has got autism, and you know, sometimes they just get a bit irritable. They start getting a bit irritable, and I could tell by that point when we was sat down in the sea lion display that she was getting to that point. So we quit. Oh, it's done that again. It's the same pencil, keeps doing it on me. So at that point we sort of decided to quit whilst we were ahead, because we had spent 3 hours there, and it, you know, we'd almost seen everything that was there. The only thing, I'm just sharpening this pencil, sorry. The only thing we didn't manage to see was the birds of prey show. I think it was some sort of show or exhibition. Not exhibition. Why have I used that word? I don't know. Some sort of bird of prey show. That's the only thing that we didn't see, but we managed to see everything else. We avoided the gift shop. I actually didn't see it whilst we were there, because after we came out of the sea lion show, we just said, right, it's time to go now before she gets too irritable. So then we just went and found the car, but after I saw on the map that we had that there was a gift shop, and I thought, well, we managed to avoid that one because they've all wanted a big teddy. And we have got loads of teddies in this house, loads. I've been trying to slowly get rid of things because they've just got too much teddies. And they only have the favourites on the bed for night time, and then the rest are just shoved in one of them, you know, them big nets you can get from the back of the doors, like teddy net or something. They're all in there and they don't get played with. So this was the petrol grey that I'm using here anyway. These cocoons that I've done are pretty much a mix of sort of browns, greys and a bit of orangey tones to them, all mixed together. So I'm going to pop a bit more of this colour here. That's better. And then I will get the ginger colour again. I've got quite a lot of pencils here and they'll get mixed up. Get the ginger colour. Yeah, the sea lions were really cute though. I took a little video of them as well. I know not everybody agrees with zoos and safari parks and the animals being, you know, some people go as far as saying they're abused, but they looked well looked after to me. But yeah, cute little sea lions. Called, one was called Roger and one was called Arthur. But it weren't just all about the show. to be honest, they didn't really do much, so to say, with the sea lions. It was all very much quite educational, actually. The young boy who was there, he was sort of, you know, it was educational because it was teaching you about the sea lions, about the ages of them, the sizes of them at certain ages, the muscles that they can use in the body to do different things, how they use the whiskers to balance the balls, and loads of different educational information which I've probably not remembered, but there we go. But yeah, it was fascinating, it was. Right, so that's that one done. I am going to put some little white gel pen details on there as well. I've just zoomed out because I'm going to go on to other things in a second, but you can just randomly, I mean, I've just done this for a sort of magical effect, so the whole page looks a bit magical with the dots on, but you don't have to. I mean, they wouldn't normally have those on. So I'm going to go on to a big butterfly now. So I think if I have it around there, we should be okay. Let me find all my pencils so I've got them to hand. Now I have decided to use some slightly different colours in this one because this is the lightest of all the butterflies. So as we've started off here with these dark orangey colours, and then it got lighter with still some of the dark orange here, then it was lighter again but with a brighter orange here, and this one is just going to be all light orangey yellows. So I have picked out for this a light sand and an ochre, so I'm going to base them with the light sand and then deepen up some of the areas with the ochre just on these sections. What's under there? I've got pencils all under my boot. Look at that. I wondered why it felt funny. Right, so are we zoomed in enough? Am I in frame? Let's start with that one, and I think I am. So with the light sand, I'm just gonna do a base of it all over here. You will hear children in the background. They're playing with the fire engines, the dinosaurs, and the singing. That's my little 5-year-old singing. They love this show on Amazon Prime TV called Dino Dana. They absolutely love it. Oh gosh, they love it. So my little boy's got a big basket full of dinosaurs, and they was both playing with them yesterday, my little girl and little boy, and she was like, I could hear her reenacting all the scenes from Dino Dana, and she was putting on the accent as well. It's so funny, aren't they? But she does that when nobody's watching, and then when people are in the house she won't do any of that in front of anybody. We had a bit of a picnic yesterday as well, because we thought we'd take our own picnic, then it avoids any extra expense, because you know the food courts in places like that can be expensive. It avoids having to queue up to get the food, and so there's lots of like picnic benches all the way around, so we just sat down with our lunch, and the kids literally only sat for about 10 minutes, and then my youngest boy, my little boy, he was tantruming to get up and move around anyway, so I thought it's a good job we brought our own, because of course we could pack it back in our, we could pack any leftovers back in our backpack, and if they wanted to sit down or eat a bit as they were walking round, they could do that. So I'm just going to pick up with this ochre now into the edges of the butterfly. Or I have just received today as well. I'd been looking for that mouse guard book, and I did mention before on one of my videos that Lucy from Lucy Just Adds Colour had advised where I could purchase it, and I think it was from a website called, I want to say Ade Books or Abe Books, ABE or ADE Books, something like that. I've really forgotten, But anyway, I did find it on there and I did purchase it, but it has took a while to come. I think it has took around 3 or 4 weeks to come, I'm sure it has. And it was even a bit dusty when it arrived. I thought, geez, this book's been an adventure. But yeah, it's arrived, so I've got that now. Because it was out of stock for the longest time on Amazon. And then private sellers, you know when you can click on other sellers and it brings up other sellers underneath, the other sellers, they was ridiculous. They was asking ridiculous prices for this mouse guard book. I think at one point it was over £100 and I thought, who is going to actually pay that? Seriously. But I don't think Amazon should allow that at all. I don't think they should allow it. It's disgraceful. So you can see this one is a lot lighter than this. So this is what we're going for, a really nice light tone. I might add a little touch of orange into it at the end, just right in the corners. My daughter's gone into a full theatre performance song of whatever she's singing. So a few people have asked me how I've done this background, and I've been asked to film it. I have filmed quite a lot in the past of me doing a background like this, but if it is something you want to see me do again, then I can do it. But it was literally just a distress ink background, and then you sprinkle the water on top of the page and then lift it up with a cloth. Yeah, but that's literally it. But if you do want me to film that, then I can film that for you. But it's really, really simple. And then I just splattered on some Winsor & Newton gold ink as well over the top. And that was it. It is really simple. Really simple. It's quite a bit lighter than I thought, this ochre pencil actually. So I probably will add a bit more of that orange tone in. I'm pressing on hard to try and get the deepest colour from it, but it's really not very dark, to be honest. Where's my brush? I love these butterflies though, they're super cute. I like these ones and I like the, oh, don't press too hard, Kirsty. I like these ones and I like the ones that are, you know, all white. I don't know what they're called. I'm just going to pop off while I empty my sharpener. It's really full of shavings and I can't sharpen my pencil anymore. Be right back. That should do the trick. That's the only problem with those Tigal sharpeners. Does anybody have one of those? It doesn't hold very much pencil shavings at all. So I keep saying I'll buy myself one of those little desk bins. I've seen them. They look like a mini wheelie bin. I have seen people with them, but I've not seen. I mean, I can probably get them on Amazon if I search for them. But yeah, I just need something to be able to empty it into because it doesn't hold much at all. I used to have a swordfish sharpener before it broke as well, the Swordfish Icon, which is a brilliant sharpener, but it just, lately they've been a bit temperamental with me. I don't know whether it's me, but there we go. Right, I'm going to add a bit of orange. I don't know if I want orange or bright orange. I'm just going to check my swatch book here. So the orange, that's the bright orange and that's the orange. And that's the pale orange. I'm actually going to add some pale orange in, I think. Or will it look too yellow? No, pale orange and orange, because I'm going to use two different colours on this one. Where was the orange? There. So I'm going to add a bit of the orange to these bottom ones, because these are a little bit darker on my reference picture. So going in with the orange to brighten those up a little bit. Not too much, because I don't want it to be too bright, but I think that's it. And these ones here, if you always leave that little bit in the middle lighter, it almost makes it look like it's got some sort of shine to it or highlight to it. Just makes it look really lovely, so that's why I leave that little highlight in. So next up, I'm going to use the pale orange to add a bit onto these ones so that it's not too dark. Kirsty, pressing too hard. You can tell the colour soft pencils, they are really soft, that's why they do that if you press too hard. I'm not going to sharpen it again because I probably over sharpened it as well, to be honest. So we'll just keep going with this one. Add a touch of this colour to the edges. It's looking really nice now. I think tomorrow it's going to be a trip into town for us to go and get the last bits of uniform ready for school. I think I've got the majority of it. I just need to get the girls some new coats. I've already got the shoes, so I just need to get the girls new coats, and then I need my eldest daughter's. She needs a fresh PE kit, but it's got to be the school one, so it has the school leggings with the school logo on, and hoodie, PE hoodie, and then she needs the jumpers that go underneath the blazer. Costs a bomb when you add it up, you know. It costs an absolute bomb. Obviously, having 5 kids, you can imagine the cost. I mean, the kickers shoes that I got for the girls, because they do last, the kickers shoes do tend to last really well, but they're £57 a pop, so yeah, buying them on their own is just like, ugh, kids. Right, so that's those bits done. So now is all the I'm going to do this little bit first, because I'm going to use some petrol grey on this one as well as the black colour. So I'll just give this a little sharpen. So I am just going to use the petrol grey here. I will be going over it with black as well. I'm going to sort of leave this little bit out here, and then I'm going to go over with a white pencil at the end. I'm going to put some black in now. It's just easier to lay the black down when I've got a base of the petrol grey. It gives more depth to the black. That's the only reason I put that down first. Fine, you don't have to press on as hard with the black to get that depth, because there's already something underneath it, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna go over with the white. Now this will sort of dull down everything and give that sort of glow. And then at the end I will go in with some white gel pen detailing as well on here. So that's what we want, that's the effect we want. I don't always like dulling down line art, but in this occasion that's what I wanted it to look like, so to speak. So where's my black again? So I'm going to go in with the black again on its little legs or whatever you call them. The black bit is probably the hardest bit of all this, to get around all those little spots that are going to be the white gel pen in the end. So I'm going to get those little leggies. Apologise if my hand's in the way, I am trying to keep it out, but it is a bit tricky when we get to areas like this. So this is the head, this is also black. I will need to sharpen this pencil several times because we are going in with a hard pressure to get that block colour of black down. If you have got a black Posca pen, that will probably work a lot easier than this, or something equivalent. But I'm a sucker for punishment, aren't I? And this book has been bleeding through with certain things as well. The very first page I did in it was the Vulture page, and I used the Arteza glitter gel pens, and for whatever reason glitter gel pens have never bled through for me, never, in any colouring book. And they did bleed through. I wonder if I can show you. Where's my Vulture page? That wasn't it. This one. So this was the Vulture page. I used the glitter gel pen on all these pink areas here, and it ended up going through. Can you see there all that pink? And I thought, what in the world? Because gel pens have never done that to me in any book. Not even in the Amazon printed paper has it ever done that to me. And then for some reason this book that feels like it's got really good paper, and it bled through, and I was really like, it really surprised me. And then this one, when I've used the water on top of the distress ink, it's then, let me show you, it's then bled through there as well. So yeah, it's very temperamental, this book. It feels like the paper feels like it's really good paper, and then it just does that. So it's really strange, really strange. It's a strange one. Has anybody else done that? Like, and then, but then there's another page that exactly the same in this book that I've used Derwent ink tints with. So I have used water to activate them, and that's been fine. That didn't bleed through. So it's really confused me, this book. It's really confused me. So I'm going to go in on these little bits. I apologise if my hand is in the way for these bits. I don't know how to keep my hand out the way unless I come from the top like this. And I am going to have to get in the way a little bit. But I'm going to go over those. Oh, someone's having a beep. I was beeping my horn by accident yesterday. I didn't realise I was trying to reset my cruise control on the car, and I pressed the wrong... I slipped and pressed my horn instead, and I thought people have got to think, what a nutter, just beeping a horn. But I suppose, I said to my partner, I said, luckily, when someone beeps the horn, you don't sort of know which car it's come from, do you? Everyone sort of looks around like, who was that? So I thought, they won't notice me. No, they won't notice me accidentally pressing my horn. So this is the most time consuming part, like I said, getting around all these little bits with the black So if you can find an easier way than using pencil, then I suggest use it. This is, especially when I get to this part here, it is annoying. I suppose you could always go over all the circles and then just draw your own in at the end with the gel pen, because I don't think it would matter much, but you know, I want to put them where they've put them because I'm fussy. They've been putting a lot of Harry Potter marathons on the telly lately. If anyone in the UK has noticed, I've been sat there. I forgot what days it is when they've been putting it on. Might be the weekends. But yeah, I've been watching quite a few Harry Potter movies recently, over and over. I think I've watched them about 100 times. They never get old with me, the Harry Potter. I love it. I do like the very first one though. I like the first one and the last one. The last two. The first one though, when you watch it back now, Daniel Radcliffe just looks so young. So young. It's like a little baby, bless him. And then I recently watched a different film with him in. What was the film with him in? I'm not going to be able to remember the name because it was my partner what put it on. Oh gosh, it's going to annoy the life out of me. But anyway, I recently watched a film that Daniel Radcliffe was in and it just felt so strange. Because to me, he is just Harry Potter. He is typecast. He is just Harry. Whenever I see him in anything else, I just think Harry Potter. Harry Potter all the time. I think it looks so strange in playing anything else. I think my hand might be in the way. Has anybody been anywhere? I know I asked it on my last stream. I don't think anybody had. My last stream? Why do I keep saying last stream? I need to start streaming again. I think I've been nervous all over again when I do actually start streaming again because I've not. God, I can't remember the last time I did a live stream. I really can't remember. I did this butterfly last night and this one was tedious, going round all here, and this one's just massive, like all the black areas. It is tedious, I will not lie. This is why I didn't do it all on camera, because it is pretty much the same for each butterfly that I've been doing. I've just been swapping out a couple of colours and changing up the colours slightly, but nothing major. And it has just been sort of the same thing that I've been doing over and over. So I thought, you really do not want to sit and watch me doing all this black, surely. Surely. Can hear my daughter chatting away, playing in the background. Or I can. I don't know whether it's picking it up on camera, but I could hear her jibber jabbering in her best American accent that she puts on when she's playing. I don't know why they do that, kids. Kids in the UK, they always put on an American accent when they pretend playing. Always, always. I'd love to know what, if you were in America and you've got American kids, if they put any other accents on when they're playing. That'd be fun to know. think it's all the YouTube they watch over here in the UK, because it is very much, YouTube is very much, you know, a lot of Americans with the sort of LOL doll unboxings and things like that. So that's all they watch, so they just do, they do sort of copy what they see. Oh, even I'm getting fed up of this black now. My giddy aunt. That's a saying over here. My giddy aunt. It's a really old saying. My giddy aunt. Oh, hell's bells. What else is there? What other sayings do we have over here? Geez Louise. Gordon Bennett. That's just... that's a really old-fashioned one, that. Oh, Gordon Bennett. Just like means, oh gosh. Showing my age there, I'm showing my age. My partner hates them sayings though. When he hears me saying any of them, he's like, oh, shut up, Kristen. Oh dear. Right, I think I'm gonna speed this black bit up here and then come back to you, because I imagine you're getting quite bored of me trying to do this. So I'll catch you in a second. Hooray! Oh my gosh, that was the worst. That was the absolute worst part. So now I'm going to go over all these little dots with a white gel pen. These are my most favourite gel pens. They're the most opaque gel pens, the most easy to glide over any pencil that I've used. They are teasers. I'll link them down below. You can get them on Amazon. They are in stock at the moment. So I'm just going to go over all these bits. You can see how easy it is with this gel pen. You could use a Posca if that's your preferred choice, but I love these ones. I absolutely love them. So yeah, my hand's aching after that. Oh, have you ever tried block colouring so much and round little tiny details? It's the worst. It'll be worth it in the end. So I have to say I'm dreading doing that tree bark at the top as well, because I've got quite a lot of shading to do. So this will be my next video will be all the leaves and this shading of this tree branch. So that will be in part 3, because this is part 2. You can see you don't have to do circular shapes, you can do square shapes, you can do sort of wiggly misshaped patterns. Don't know how to call them. You can see how easy these gel pens go on anyway. really easily. You can even add your own dots in as well as to what's already there. I have been putting a few little dots like that dotted around. You can do that. This can get quite tedious as well, not quite as tedious as the black block colouring. But luckily this gel pen makes it a lot easier than it could be. I remember when I first started colouring, I think I had the Jelly Roll ones, the Jelly Roll white gel pens. And the amount of times I had to rub like this on a piece of paper at the side of me to get them going again. But I suppose each to their own, you know, we all have our own preferences. Sometimes it can just be that you've got a bad batch, that you've purchased a bad batch. If there's any problems with the pen. Apologise if my hand's in the way for this bit, but I'm trying my best to stay out of the way. But on this section over this side, it's a bit tricky with me being left-handed because I'm pulling my hand right over this side like this. So if anyone does want to see how I did the background, if you're not sure and you would like to see, just comment on this video in the comment section, and I'll try and get one done for you. You might have already seen me do it before. I'll try and find a similar page to do it on. So I've just got this little section here. Now I am going to turn the book to try and get my hand out of the way as much as I can, because we don't want you not to see what I'm doing, even though it's just white gel pen. So the leaves were really simple to do. I did do a couple of the leaves on the other side of the page, but because I've already got this base of the Distress ink down, it was really easy to just go over and add some shade into it. So all I used was a mid-brown and a sort of yellowy ochre type colour, and merged the two colours together. So that was really simple, so it shouldn't take too long to do these leaves in part 3. It's just the tree branch. The tree branch, I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle that yet. Whilst we've been talking about my trip to Knowsley Safari Park and I'm colouring butterflies, what's your favourite animal? If you could be any animal in the world, what would you be? I think it's a tricky one for me, that. It's a really tricky one. There's so many animals I like. I like big cats, so I like the lions and the tigers. I do love the giraffes as well. I love elephants. I even do really love the little meerkats. They're super cute. Almost at the end. Last few. So you can see why this page is taking me quite some time, because I have done, is it 4 butterflies all with these dots on? And then the cocoons. So I have got just this cocoon to do as well, but I'll do that one in my own time because you have seen how I've coloured the cocoons. So I'll do the cocoon in my own time. And then part 3 can just be the top of the page, so all the leaves and the tree branch. But yeah, that's our big butterfly. I am going to put some, as you can see, I've put some white gel pen detail in doing the body of this butterfly. I'm going to put some on this one as well. So I'm just picking out and doing a little flick of those sort of ridges in the body that you can see. So I've just picked out those, and that's all I've done on that one. And that's it, guys, for this part. So I will zoom out, then you can see what we've done so far. Let's see. Oh, that might be a bit fair. Let's just pull the page to the centre. Move my camera because it's moved somewhat. It sort of goes out of focus when I zoom out like that. It goes out of focus. I don't know what's going on with my camera, but there we go. There we go. That's the end result. So I hope you enjoyed catching up with me. I'm going to turn this light off because we're getting a bit of a glare. I hope you enjoyed catching up with me in this part 2 and seeing how I created that butterfly, albeit a bit tedious. And yeah, part 3 will be all the leaves at the top of the page and the tree branch, and hopefully we can get it completed in part 3. If you do want to see how I created the distressing background effect, drop me a comment down below and I'll see when I've got a bit of time to get that video up for you. Please do drop me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. See you again soon. Bye everyone.